Welcome back everyone, my name is Ravin Reddy and today we are going to talk about privacy. Now from a long time or maybe from last few years, everyone is talking about privacy. Now it can be normal internet users, it can be big companies or governments. They all are trying to find a solution for this small or big problem. And that's right, for some people it's a very small problem. Example for me, last year I was talking to one of my friends and then we were having this debate on how can Facebook sell your data to someone else. And I was giving my strong points, Facebook should not do that and Google should not do that. They should handle our data properly. But somewhere down there, I was thinking, actually I don't care about privacy. As a content creator on YouTube or maybe on different platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn. So normally I post my data on different platforms. Now those data are actually public data and actually I don't care who will see that data and then who will use it for what purpose because it's anyway a public data. But the moment you start sharing about yourself, of course, right, on Facebook you share about your thoughts, you share your photos, you share your recent location, right? So when you visit to a restaurant, when you watch a movie, you share everything. And those things are supposed to be shared with friends, but not with companies. But now when you say Facebook is sharing your data with companies, so Facebook is not accepting that fact that they sell your data to companies. And somewhere it makes sense why Facebook will sell your data to a company. Because Facebook is valuable, Facebook is important because it has your data. The moment someone else has your data, they will become valuable. So yes, Facebook use your data to make profit, but not by selling them, but by using them. So for Facebook, you're not a consumer. Basically, you are a product and then the clients for Facebook are other companies. So example, let's say if someone wants to promote a new software or maybe a video editing software, that company want to target only those people who are actually interested in video editing or video making, right? So now Facebook knows who is interested in video creation or content creation. So Facebook knows that I love content creation. So now Facebook will target me for that particular ad. And then Facebook will force me to buy it and maybe I will buy it soon. So that's how Facebook is manipulating you to buy new things. In fact, whatever I buy nowadays, thanks to Facebook. So every time I go to Facebook, I see different ads of different products and then I control myself, but ultimately that product is there with me maybe after 1 month or 1 year. So that's how Facebook is controlling your financial stuff. Okay, not practically, but yes, they are doing it. So these companies, Facebook, Google, they are using your data for commercial use. Nothing wrong with that because when you create an account on Facebook and Google, they specify in those terms and conditions that your data will be used for commercial use. And what we do, we simply say, I agree, and then you go ahead. So nothing wrong with that. Maybe Facebook and Google just have to mention specifically bold characters that we will be using your data for commercial use. Then there will not be an issue. The real issue is not that Facebook is using it. The real issue is Facebook is sharing, or maybe some other third-party companies are stealing data, your data from Facebook, and then they are using it for a wrong purpose. Right? We heard about this last year about Cambridge Analytica, right? So maybe that may happen in near future as well. Yes, Facebook claims that they are moving to a future of privacy. In fact, recently in F8 conference, they have mentioned that the future is private, but still I don't know when they will implement it. In fact, Google is also working on this. In fact, the European nations, they came up with GDPR by making sure that their user data is secure. Okay, only Europe. But then that policy may be applied in other countries as well. So in fact, US is trying to achieve that. So maybe US will be copying the GDPR soon. So you might have heard about the recent news of Huawei. US is banning all the devices. In fact, the business between US-based companies and Huawei there. So maybe now US has their own claims by saying Huawei is stealing their data, sharing it with China government. And US is doing that, and US companies are doing that with other countries' data by giving it to their government. Everyone is stealing data, right? So you have to secure your data. So first thing is, when you say privacy, your data need to be private. Yes, your public data is open, that's completely fine, but your private data, example, your locations, your bank data, we are not even sure that all these companies are not actually seeing your bank details, right? We are using Android phones, and in this phone, if you use your bank app, there might be a way for Google, for this Android logs, to see what you're typing and sharing with other companies. We are not sure. Google says they don't do that, but there's no proof that they are not doing it. So we want to make sure that all our data is private with this company. So yes, even if they store our data, we want them to store it in a private way. No one else should be able to steal it. So one way to secure yourself in this privacy world, yes, we can wait for GDPR to be implemented in India as well, or some other companies, so that your data will be private. No one can steal it. Maybe you should not be using all these company devices who steals your data, as US is claiming that Huawei does that. So that's one way. Don't use those devices. The next way is stop posting or stop sharing your private data online. Why to keep your private data? Examples, I have seen some people, they keep their bank account details on Dropbox because they feel it's secure. It is secure now, but what about tomorrow, right? So don't share your private data on Dropbox. If you think about privacy, don't even update your locations on Facebook, right? So that's how you can achieve privacy. Or the third way, it's not just about privacy, it's also about owning your information, owning your own data. Example, let's say if you go to Facebook now and if you share something on Facebook, yes, it is your data, but Facebook owns it, right? So maybe let's say after a few days, Facebook says, okay, we are keeping all our data with us. So even your data is there with Facebook. So you don't own your data there. And that's where we are going towards the decentralized internet with the help of blockchain, where you will get the option of DApp, where all the applications will be decentralized and you will own your own data, right? So that will be a powerful stuff. Example, let's say if you go to any music website, maybe Spotify or Savan.com, they will ask you for the login option. So when you log in through Facebook, so Facebook is sharing your data with Spotify or other companies on your permission. So when you say, hey, Facebook share, then it is giving that. Now that can be implemented when you have DApps, where your data will be shared with other companies when you say yes, okay? And maybe that other company will pay you for that. So that's the new thing we are going for. So yes, there's so many things are coming up. In fact, EU is launching a probe on Google now to check how their services are working. So all these things are coming up. In fact, recent news, Google has stored all your passwords, most of the passwords from last 14 years in a plain text. So they are mishandling our data, they are not keeping it secure. So it's your responsibility now to handle your own data. So you believe in privacy first, okay? So your data need to be private. Public data is okay, but your personal data should be private. Next, make sure that you don't keep your data on cloud, private data, and maybe wait for GDPR to implement it in other countries, and let's wait for blockchain. Or maybe you can be a part of that blockchain ecosystem. So let's see how things works. Let me know your thoughts on privacy. So just wanted to share my thoughts on privacy. Yes, I'm concerned about all this thing happening now, but still we are unclear what will happen in the future. Will Facebook really be private? So that's it from this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section. So that's it, everyone. Bye-bye.